Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. So today, me myself with my team, Salam, Series, Kumud, Preeti, and Romeo, we are presenting poster presentation. And for the poster presentation, we have chosen the topic Nokia failure. As you know, as Nokia failure, the failure of Nokia is very burning issues and going in all our mind. Why Nokia fail? Why Nokia fail as a Nokia fail connecting people? So under this presentation, I will be discussing about introduction as Frederick Ideston. He was the one who founded Nokia in 1965 and further continued his business as a paper industry till 1896. After that, Macmillan overtook as a chairman, and he continued the business as a business unit of electricity. And after 1971, Poland continued the business as a rubber industry. And after 1871, combination of all three came as a Nokia corporation, and they as a Nokia corporation, and they started the Nokia telecommunication like phones, and after that the real phone came in I think 1992. 1992, and that way they continue their business, Nokia business. And by 1998, Nokia was one of the topmost company who was selling their phones. And they were like 60% of the market in India or everywhere. Like Nokia was really doing good, and they overtake the market now. For aims and objectives, I would like to call Sonam. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, ma'am. I'm going to talk about the aims and objectives. The main motive of our poster presentation is to learn and analyze closely failure of Nokia, and also identify the associated with its failure as a company. This research will look into the authentic sources and critically analyze the possible causes of failure, and moreover the results consist of the improvement they need to do. With this, they can manage their stuff and other kind of things. Thank you. Furthermore, I would like to go on series.
Thank you, sir. Now, I'm going to talk about the crucial factor while conducting a research, and that is methodology. Methodology is not something that you can do whenever you like and however you like, and you have to link it with the topic you have chosen. Like our topic is Nokia failure, so we have gone through primary research and secondary research. Under secondary research, we did lots of survey on lots of research on websites, journals, as well as articles, and that made us do lots of research and come up with the great ideas that we are presenting right here. And also about the primary research. Primary research is not that crucial for us because only a little part was done through it. Like we just asked one question to the people who use the Nokia mobile lately and not now. We just one question, that was, why did you shift from the Nokia to Android, iOS, or whatever? And this can show that we have focused more on qualitative rather than quantitative. Now, I'd like to call Kumud Gautam for the rest of the presentation.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Kumud, and my my part in this presentation is the literature review. So when we ask someone about why Nokia failed, the most obvious answer is because it was unable to keep up with the dynamic change in technology. But if we look at it from a deeper perspective, we find that there are lots of other reasons involved. And we reviewed some of the literatures from journals, and we came up with different ideas and facts as to why it failed. So in one article by Michael Sarge, he says that Nokia dismissed the major marketing giants like America and China, whereas it only had 6% of market share in those countries, whereas its competitors had more than 3 times the market share. And he says that it's the reason for failure. The article by Lyman says that there are lots of factors involved. Like there's this software called Symbian software that Nokia operates on. He says that it was inferior to its competitors, and the engineers of that software were unable to receive the moral and technological support that they required. And he also states that the failure of this company is a result of lots of management and strategic bad decisions made by the company. The article by Olivia says that it was because of the lack of technological knowledge of the management, because Nokia's management team believed that there is no reason for a CEO to be an expert in technology, and that's why they say that ignorance is the cause of his failure. So that was the summary, and now I'm going to develop a theory of change. Because if we look at the decisions of Nokia in the past and the present, we find that they are in alignment with Kurt Lewin's 3-phase model. He says that in the model, a company going through change goes through 3 phases: unfreezing, changing, and refreezing. In the beginning, a company going through change tries to resist the change. In the second phase, the company accepts the change, and in the final stage, the company is accustomed to the change. Now, Nokia tried to resist the change, and it suffered consequences. And now it is actually forming new changes and developing new strategies. And if you look at the website of Nokia, we find that it has actually launched a new phone, and the phone is doing very well in the market. It has actually sold 4.4 million copies in the last quarter. And so from this we can conclude that Nokia is in the 3rd stage of change, and it is actually now in the 11th position in the market share of the top 10 mobile companies. And it is only a matter of time before it reaches back to the top. So thank you. Now for the discussions, I'd like to come from
Thank you, Kumar. Good morning, everyone present here. Nokia, a company that started very well in its beginning stage. It's a very big company, but for its customers, it's not just a company; it's much more. Nokia went on to reach its height, but certainly declined in a short period of time. Nokia was a company that could do no wrong, but eventually it did. The start of Nokia's decline was bad, and the end was terrible. So how did Nokia decline? Generally, people think that the reason for Nokia's decline is due to the rise of Apple and Google's phone devices, but this might not just be the reason for the mobile giant such a successful, so influential, so pioneering to drop down to its knees. In the mid 2000s, Nokia released N95, which gained a very positive response, but in 2007, Apple the major blow came to Nokia because Apple released its iPhone in 2007, and just after a year of iPhone's release, Google released its Android phones. However, Nokia did not back down. Rather, it responded to Apple's and Google's phone devices by launching 8500 Express Music mobile devices, which I had as well. And so yeah, Nokia did respond to Apple and Google, but what led Nokia to decline? So through this research, we came to know that there were numerous reasons that that is the reason for Nokia's decline. The first one that led to Nokia's decline is due to, as it is a big company, it started to maintain its position, and rather than growing and innovating its product and moving beyond that point at which it was staying. So likewise, other companies such as Apple and Google went beyond the point due to which Nokia had to stay at the same point and couldn't grow. The second reason is it had defects on its operating system, which was Symbian. And after the launch of Apple's iPhone, which had iOS and Google's Android phones, Nokia had a very fierce competition with Apple and Google. So to compete with those, they started to strategize some decisions. And so while generating those decisions, the top managers of Nokia decided to separate the engineers at Nokia and into two groups. The first group would revamp the Symbian, and the second group would build a new operating system which was called Migos. But however, the Symbian had not comparatively been at the level as of Apple's iOS, and the decision of Nokia to start a new OS, which was Migos, was a really bad decision for Nokia, as the two groups of engineers started to compete with each other rather than competing with Apple and Google. So they started conflicts. And the third reason was in 2010, Nokia appointed Stephen Elop as its new CEO, who was already working with Microsoft previously. And after he came to Nokia, he found out that the defect in operating system was the main reason for Nokia's backdown. So he strategized a plan of removing all the operating system, which was Symbian and Migos, and made a plan to make a partnership with Microsoft. So Microsoft and Nokia were partners, and the control that Nokia had on its operating system were all handed over towards Microsoft. So Nokia had no control over its operating system. And on 2013, Nokia failed so hard that Microsoft had to acquire Nokia. So in 2013, Microsoft acquired not the all Nokia, but the phone division of Nokia. As Nokia is a big company, it's not just a phone company. So concisely, it's not just the external factors that led Nokia's decline. It's more of looking deep. It's more of internal defeats that accumulated much to the overall fall of Nokia. Again, I'd like to call Preeti.
Thank you, Romeo. Lastly, according to the strong competition in mobile phone market, Nokia should be able to Nokia should improve its abilities like to use internet in mobile phones and other applications which could satisfy the customers. And from a technology perspective, Nokia has lost its race against time. It should not be too dependent on Microsoft, because that would be a hazard for the company. On the other hand, Nokia should keep developing new mobile phones with new designs, and at the same time, Microsoft should focus on the software related to the Nokia phones. And it might be true that it is difficult for Nokia to recover from the problems, but cooperation with Microsoft could bring a new efficient technology, and Nokia could successfully rise again. Thank you now, and I would like to conclude our presentation here. Comments.